Did you notice that Jesus hardly ever engaged in an argument? He normally engaged in questions. Good master, why do you call me good? What should we do to the woman? Let him without sin cast the first stone. He didn't say, you hypocrites, you sinners, why are you confronting her? He said, let him without sin cast the first stone. Even when the devil came against him, he didn't say, I rebuke you. It is written, but it is also written. Every day you want to fight. Me, I don't take nonsense. That's why they've overlooked you several times. Me, I don't take nonsense. That's why you are single. All right? All right. Let me talk quickly about 7 ways you can support your boss in the workplace. 7 simple ways you can support your boss in the workplace. I'm nearly out of time. 7 simple ways you can support your boss in the workplace. Let's go. Number 1, work for your boss's success. I've implicitly explained that earlier. View your boss's success as your success. I'm always excited when I see assistant coaches being so excited about the success of their coach. And I'm annoyed when I see assistant coaches trying to stand at the sideline and prove they are also coaches. That's why Pep, if he realizes you are now starting to be a little too decent, he organizes for you to go and be his competition in another team. A man who got so bored with the competition he was getting that he created his own competition and made them go and coach people to compete with him. Work for your boss's success. Ask yourself, what is the agenda of my boss? What does he want to get done? And make sure you are always working for that. Not for what you want, for what your boss wants. Let's look at Philippians chapter 2 and the verse 4. Philippians 2 and the verse 4. Do not look out only for your own interest, but take an interest in others too. Do not look out only for your interest. Some of you, they would have transferred you to head office by now if you knew how to play the game well. You've applied for transfer. Over 15 years, you are still here. Number 2, do not compete with your boss. I've explained that. Number 3, make it easier for your boss to decide. Now listen to this one clearly. This one is a game changer. Make it easier for your boss to decide. Strong employees do not just execute tasks, they simplify their decision making. All right? Hello, sir. Hello, sir. The hotel just called and canceled on us. They said they have a sewage problem, so we are not going to be able to use the venue. That's information. I have called up and checked on these 3 hotels that are within our price bracket. Or do you think we should postpone the meeting to this date when the hotel said they would have sorted out the issue? You've simplified it for him. Boss, the people say that, hey, there's sewage everywhere, we can't have the meeting. Then you are standing there like Togbe. Do you understand me? And you are just standing there, you are looking at your boss. Of what value are you if you are just conducting information? Someone said you are a journalist. If you are just conducting information, but at least if you share the information with me, and you give me some options. I may not go with the options that you've given me, but you are making it easier for me to eliminate choices. The lights are off in the auditorium. We are trying to get the generator to start. Should we send a mass broadcast message that the time has shifted from 8 a.m. to 10? By then, one of the 2 should have been done. Then he says, don't worry, we'll do it like the old days. We'll just preach with our normal voice. But you have. So make it easier for your boss to make decisions. Do you understand me? David made it easier for Saul to make a decision. He said, but you are just a boy. He said, listen, when I was handling my father's sheep, a bear and a lion came after them, and I smote them. I held them by the jaw and I smote them. This Philistine will also be like one of them. What had he done? He had exposed the fact that he had working experience. Do you understand me? Just don't go to your boss with a problem. And when you go with solutions and he doesn't take those solutions, it doesn't mean you were stupid. Try to understand why he chose that solution. The next one, number what? 4, right? Cover your boss's blind spots. Cover your boss's blind spots, whether it's your husband, whether it is your parents, whether it is your career boss. When you look at your boss, there will always be certain weaknesses that they have. You may have a boss who is very fast-paced, but he doesn't read the fine print. Your responsibility is to read the fine print and draw his attention to things he may have missed. You may be working with a boss who has come into a new space and does not know the names of people for the conference you are going for. And you know that the director of MOFA is going to be there, IFAD head is going to be there. Nothing stops you for looking for their pictures, their names, and creating a small brief for your boss who has never been in the agricultural industry, that when he gets there, he can glance at his phone and say, hello, Mr. Jacob, how is the work with FAO going? But you are just there. Then he will now say, who is that man? How you say you are there? That's the FAO boss. Or you wait. After your boss is standing in the corner with his back to the wall like he's at a firing squad, you are now going around shaking hands and saying hello. Then you come back and say, who was that you were talking to? That's the man that we sent the proposal to. What are you playing? You see, remember that everything we do in life, we are sowing a seed. Remember that everything we are doing in life. Look, can I give you an example? Funny story. I went to the gym at dawn sometime this week, and a group of very intelligent people had worked out the night before, and they had scattered everything. 30 kg dumbbells were lying here, 5 kg were lying here, bell bars were here. And I stood there and I was asking myself, I was there around 4 a.m. I took the first 20 minutes of my workout to pack everything back. 1, it was going to make my workout easier. 2, one day I will also have an institution. And may someone walk in after a mistake has been made and take the pains to rearrange the place. Is it my job? No. Have I paid my subscription? Yes. Could I call and complain? Yes. But what was that going to do? You understand me? Cover the blind spots. You understand me? People say that, hey, this our pastor is preaching, he's boring. Say, but this our pastor, the way he can pray. Number 5, support publicly, question privately. Support publicly, question privately. You never question your boss when there's an audience. Proverbs chapter 18 and the verse 19 says, an offended brother is more unyielding than a fortified city. Proverbs chapter 18 verse 19. NLT says, an offended friend is harder to win back than a fortified city. Do you understand? When you confront your boss in front of other people, he's battling 2 things: saving face and explaining. But it's a different thing when you go back later on after he's come down. Say, during the meeting, I realized that you said we should use the next 3 months to plan for it. But unfortunately, we are going to have the Ramadan fasting is going to be within that period. And I'm wondering how effective a restaurant launch is going to be. during Ramadan fasting. We may be missing out on our Muslim constituents. Oh, okay, I didn't think about that. Next thing, you see your boss emailing. After a careful review, I have realized that our planning stage is going to be this. For that reason, he may not acknowledge you in the email. So what? But in the middle of the meeting, hello, sir, do you think that's the right time we should be doing that? He says, why do you think that's the right? But they're going to be fasting at that time. He will say, have we told you? Have I asked you a question? Why? He's defending himself. So in public, we support. Your husband is getting angry and you are there. I've told you don't be doing this in public. Is this way? No. My husband slapped him. Hello? Listen, I have some close friends. Can I tell you something? I have some good friends that I've grown up with. If we are ever in a place and a fight breaks out and they may arrest us, they may arrest him, be sure that I'll be in the jails with him. I'll be whispering, Charlie, pak, this thing, Charlie. But once, we are in it together. Your boss should, I'm using this as an extreme, but your boss should have that belief. There's one day we were on a joint call and someone went against a member of the team and one of our ladies came out swinging. I mean, she came out swinging. Our guy was wrong. But she came out. Look, by the time she had finished with the other person, when we finished, I sent her a message. I said, if I ever have to go to war, I want to go to war with you. You understand me? Publicly support and question in private. You back your boss in meetings and public spaces. You raise disagreements in private, not in front of others. You ask questions to understand before challenging. When you go back, you just don't go and say, it's going to be Ramadan. Say, I'm wondering why we are picking this time. Then he may say that our funding deadline is this period. If we do not use the money for the campaign, we are going to have to return it. Then you say, okay, I was concerned about the Ramadan. In that case, can we do the lunch after 6 p.m.? And can we do a special iftar session? Iftar is the breaking of the fast, right? You understand me? Then you've been able to merge the solution. But if you don't go with questions, and you just go with only solutions, you may be giving the wrong solution. Support. Number 6, be dependable with your time and delivery. I said if you arrive 15 minutes before time, you are late. If you arrive 30 minutes before time, you are on time. If you tell your boss, I'll deliver it on Tuesday, deliver it on Monday. That being said, I just remembered something I said I'll deliver on Tuesday. I better deliver it tomorrow. Okay? Arrive on time and be prepared. You deliver before the deadline. Communicate early if there's a challenge. Give me Luke chapter 16, verse 10. Luke 16, verse 10. It says, if you are faithful in little things, you will be faithful in large ones. Then brings me to number 7. Affirm and encourage your boss. Being a leader is lonely. I was talking to Kingsley sometime within the week. I was venting. And I said, it's tiring. It's tiring. Sometimes it's just tiring to listen. You talk to this person, you are discussing the person's infertility issue. You talk to the next person, you are discussing the person's naming ceremony. You talk to this person, you are discussing the person's promotion opportunity. You talk to the next person, you are discussing the fact that they've just been fired. You understand me? You talk to this person, you are discussing for the 15th time the advice you gave her that she didn't listen to but has come back crying, and you can't respond and say, I told you so. Then you talk to this one telling you her husband is cheating, but both of you knew he was a fool before she married him. But she said she had heard from God. You are dealing with all of that. one human being, you are compressed. Sometimes it helps when you get messages from people who say you are doing a good job. I just want to appreciate what you, or they say, I used to be like this you done has helped me. Or when you go to your, sometimes I go to my bosses and I say, you helped me navigate A, B, C, D. I'm grateful. Affirm, encourage. You understand me? Acknowledge good judgment and efforts. Express your appreciation without flattery. We're not talking about flattery. I've come to the end.